Hello friends, in this video we are going to discuss previous year GATE question. The previous year GATE question number 42. Let us read the question. When the Wheatstone bridge shown in the figure is used to find the value of resistor Rx, the galvanometer G indicates zero current when R1 is equal to 50 ohm, R2 is equal to 65 ohm and R3 is equal to 100 ohm. Okay, means when R1, R2, R3 are having these values, at that time the bridge will be at the balanced condition. If R3 is known with plus minus 5% tolerance on its nominal value of 100 ohm, what is the range of Rx in ohms? Okay, they have given the circuit. It is a Wheatstone bridge circuit. Okay, and here we are having the four options, right? So let us first think, when R1 is equal to 50 ohm, R2 is equal to 65 ohm and R3 is equal to 100 ohm. At that time the bridge is balanced condition. Bridge is at balanced condition, right? So here we are having the bridge is balanced condition. So when bridge is balanced condition, we can write R1 into Rx is equal to R2 into R3. So therefore we can write Rx is equal to R2 into R3 upon R1, right? So at the bridge balance we can find the Rx value directly. So Rx is equal to R2, that is a 65, into R3, that is a 100, divided by R1, that is a 50. So if you check, it is equal to 65 into 100 by 50. So it is equal to 130 ohm. This is the value of Rx. Okay. Next, now it is given that the R3 is having a tolerance of plus minus 5%. Okay. So first case, let us consider, if R3 has tolerance of plus 5%, then the value of R3, then we can write R3 is equal to, yes, 100 plus 5% of 100. Okay, so it is a 100 plus 5%, that is a 5 by 100 into 100. Okay, so it is equal to, we can write it as 100 plus 5, that is a 105 ohm. Okay, so if R3 is having a tolerance of plus 5%, the meaning is R3 is equal to 105 ohm. So if R3 is 105, so we can write Rx. Therefore Rx is equal to, yes, we know it is a R2 into R3 by R1. R2 into R3 divided by R1. What is R2? It is given. R2 is fixed. Okay, 65. R1 is 50. Okay, so it is a 65 into 105 divided by 50. And 65 into 105 by 50. So it is 136.5. This is when the R3 has a tolerance of plus 5%. Second case, if R3 has tolerance of minus 5%. Okay, so if the tolerance is minus 5%, then we can write, then R3 is equal to 100, that is the value of R3, minus 5 by 100 into 100. So it is equal to 95 ohm. Okay, so when R3 is 95 ohm, right, then we can write Rx is equal to R2 into R3 divided by R1. Okay, so it is equal to 65 into 95 divided by 50. So if you check, it is equal to 123.5 ohm, right? Ohm. So if you check, R3 will be equal to 123.5 and 136.5. Okay, so correct option is option A, right? So friends, this is about the previous year GATE question number 42. previous year GATE question number 43. Let us read the question. R1 and R2 are the opposite arms of R3 and R4 of a Wheatstone bridge. Okay, the source voltage is applied across R1 and R3 under balanced conditions. Which one of the following is true? Okay, so very simple question. So here we are having the four arms of the Wheatstone bridge, right? In the first arm we are having the R1 and here it is the R2, right? Opposite to that of the R1 we are having the R3, so here it is the R3, and similarly here it is the R4, right? Next, this is the galvanometer, and here we are having the supply which is connected across R1 and R3, right? So this type of bridge circuit we are having. Now as we know, at the bridge balance, R1 into R4 is equal to R2 into R3. So from this can we write R1 is equal to R2 R3 upon R4. Okay, so if you check the options, correct option is option B, right? So friends, this is about the previous year GATE question number 43. Previous year GATE question number 44. Let us read the question. The AC bridge shown in the figure is used to measure the impedance Z. If the bridge is balanced for oscillator frequency F is equal to 2 kilohertz, then the impedance Z will be, okay, and they have given the four options, right? So let us first consider Z is equal to, let us write it as Z4 plus J into X4. Let us consider, okay, and our task is to find the value of Z4 and the X4, or you can consider it as R4 plus JX4. Okay, it is a R4 plus JX4. Our task is to find the R4 value and the X4 value. Okay, so if you check the circuit, here frequency is given is equal to 2 kilohertz. So we can write omega is equal to 2 pi f, right? Omega is equal to 2 into pi into f. Okay, so it is equal to 2 into pi into 2000, right? So it is 2 into 2000 into pi, so it is a 4000 pi. This is the frequency omega. Okay, now at bridge balance we know, so at balanced condition, let us write 500 into R4 plus JX4 is equal to, yes, we are having, this is a 300 plus, yes, this is in microfarad, capacitor value is in microfarad, so it is a 1 upon J into omega into C, that is a 0.398 into 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, this is the one impedance into, yes, impedance of this branch, so it is a 300 plus j omega L. Okay, so it is a j into omega into this, that is a 15.91 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so this type of circuit, this type of expression will be getting. Okay, so we can write it as, this can be written as, can we take this cross multiplication? Yes, we can take the cross multiplication. Okay, so it is 500 into R4 plus JX4 is equal to 300, or we can write J into 300 into omega into 0.398 into 10 to the power minus 6 plus 1 divided by J into omega into 0.398 into 10 to the power minus 6 into, right, into the second term, this term as it is, so it is a 300 plus J into omega into 15.91 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so next further we can write it as 5000 into R4, 500 into R4 plus j into 500 into x4, okay, into, yes, can we shift this term to the left hand side? Yes. So into, it is a j into omega into 0.398 into 10 to the power minus 6, okay, which is equal to, yes, we can take the multiplication directly, okay, this is the one bracket we are having, this is the second bracket, okay. So it is a 300 into 4000, right, into pi, omega is 4000 into pi, right, into 0.398 into 10 to the power minus 6, into this 300, okay. So it is equal to j 450.13, right. Next, plus 300, plus, now we need to multiply with this term to this bracket, okay. So it will be like 300 into 4000 into pi into 0.398 into 10 to the power minus 6, okay, into 4000 into pi into 15.91 into 10 to the power minus 3. So it is 299.98, so it is a 300, okay, but here it is a j and here it is a j, so it will become j square, so j square is minus 1, okay. So it is a minus, this will be minus 300, okay. Next, plus this 1 into this term, so it is a j into omega, right, omega is 4005 into 15.91 into 10 to the power minus 3, so it is a 200, okay. Next, further we can write 5000 into r4, sorry, 500 into r4 plus, this is the, actually one bracket should be there, right. So 500 into r4 plus j 500 into x4, okay, this is the one bracket into this term, so it is a 4000 into pi into 0.398 into 10 to the power minus 6, so it is a 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 into j into 5 into 10 to the power minus 3 is equal to, it is 0, plus 300 minus 300 is 0, okay, plus j 650.13, okay, 650.13. Next, we can multiply with this, so it is a 500 into this, 5 into 10 to the power minus 3, 500 into 5 into 10 to the power minus 3, so it is 2.5, so it is j 2.5 into r4, okay, j 2.5 into r4. Next, j into j, it is a j square, so it will be minus, okay, so you can write it as 500 into 5 into 10 to the power minus 3, so it is again 2.5 minus 2.5 into x4 is equal to 0 plus j 650.13, okay. So from this we can write, therefore, comparing, right, separating real and imaginary terms, okay, so we can write 2.5 into r4 is equal to 0, sorry, is equal to 650, is equal to 650.13 and minus 2.5 into x4 is equal to 0. So from this we can write r4 is equal to 650.13 divided by 2.5, so it is a 260. And what about the x4? X4 is equal to 0, okay. So if you check Z4, it is a 260 plus J0, right? So Z4 is 260 plus J0, right? So friends, the correct option is option A. So this is about the previous year GATE question number 44. Previous year GATE question number 45. Let us read the question. The Maxwell's bridge shown in the figure is at balance. The parameters of the inductive coil are, okay. They have asked about the inductive coil parameters, that is the R and the L values, okay. So if you check here, we are having the first branch, third branch, second branch, and the combination of these two is nothing but the fourth branch. So as we know, or first of all, let us write Z1 is equal to R plus J into omega L. Z2 is equal to R2. Z3 is equal to R3. And Z4 is nothing but 1 upon, as these two are connected in parallel, okay. So it is a 1 by R4 plus 1 upon minus J upon omega C4, okay. So this is Z4. So now we can write at balance condition, at bridge balance. We know at bridge balance Z1 into Z4 is equal to Z2 into Z3, right? So we can write R plus J omega L, R plus J omega L into, what is the Z4? Z4 is this term, okay. So we can write it as 1 upon, I am directly taking the cross, I am writing it as 1 by R4, okay, plus 1 upon minus J by this omega C4. So it is like a omega C4, it is like a omega C4 divided by minus J. So 1 by minus J is plus J, okay. So it is like plus J into omega C4 is equal to, yes, we are having Z2 into Z3. Z2 is R2 and Z3 is R3, okay. So we can write it as, yes, so taking the cross multiplication here, so it is a R plus J omega L into, we can write it as R4 upon 1 plus J omega C4 R4, okay, is equal to R2 into R3. So further we can write as, therefore R plus J omega L into R4 is equal to R2 R3 into 1 plus J omega C4 R4, okay. So further we can write it as R plus J omega L is equal to R2 R3 upon R4 into 1 plus J omega C4 R4. So this can be written as R2 R3 upon R4 plus, yes, this term into this term, okay. So R4 R4 will get cancelled. So it is J omega R2 R3 C4, right? J omega R2 R3 C4. So this is a R plus J omega L. Now if we separate real and imaginary terms, separating real and imaginary terms, so we can write R is equal to R2 R3 by R4 and J omega L is equal to J omega R2 R3 C4, okay. So therefore we can write R is same, that is a R2 R3 by R4 and L is equal to, is J omega cancel out, right? R2 R3 C4, okay. So if you check the options, R is R2 R3 by R4 and L is R2 R3 C4, right? So correct option is option E, right? So friend, this is about the previous year GATE question number 45. Previous year GATE question number 46. Let us read the question. A Lissajous pattern as shown in the figure below is observed on the screen of a CRO when voltages of frequencies fx and fy are applied to the x and y plates respectively. So fx s2 fy is then equal to, they have given the four options. Okay, so as we know, in the Lissajous pattern we are having the fy divided by fx, that is the fy is nothing but the frequency of the signal which is applied at a y plate, okay, and fx is the frequency of the signal which is applied at the x plate, okay, which is equal to, we are having number of horizontal cuts divided by number of vertical cuts, that is the nx divided by ny, okay. So where nx is number of horizontal cuts, number of horizontal cuts, and ny is number of vertical cuts. So if you check horizontal cuts and vertical cuts, okay, so here if we draw a vertical line, okay, so how many number of vertical cuts will be there? This is the one, and here it is the second one, right? And next, if we draw a horizontal line, so the maximum number of horizontal cuts, yes, here will be, this is the first and this one is the second, okay, and also here it is the third, right? So we are having nx, that is the number of horizontal cuts, is equal to 3, and number of vertical cuts ny is equal to 2. So we can write fy by fx, fy by fx is equal to nx by ny, right? So it is a 3 by 2, it is equal to 3 by 2, okay. So therefore we can write fx s to fy, okay, fx s to fy is equal to 2 s to 3, okay, 2 s to 3. So if you check the options, correct option is option C, right? So friend, this is about the previous year gate question number 46. Previous year gate question number 47. Let us read the question. A 10.5 digit timer counter possesses a base clock of frequency 100 megahertz. When measuring a particular input, the reading obtained is the same in one frequency mode of operation with a gating time of 1 second and period mode of operation in the 10 nanosecond scale, okay. The frequency of the unknown input, that is the reading obtained in hertz is, okay. So here we can write, let the frequency of the unknown signal be f, okay. So let frequency of unknown signal be f, okay. Next, so therefore time period of the unknown signal, therefore time period of unknown signal is equal to 1 by frequency, right? It is equal to 1 by frequency, right? Next, so therefore we can write, since the time period is 1 by frequency, okay. Next, in frequency mode of operation, it is given in the first that in the frequency mode of operation, in frequency mode of operation, it is given that the gating signal is 1 second, gating signal is equal to 1 second, okay. It is not 15, be careful, it is a 1 second, okay. Next, so therefore reading of the counter, therefore reading of counter we can write is equal to 1 second into frequency, okay. So it is equal to f only, it is equal to f only, right? So consider as equation 1, consider it as equation 2, right? Next, second, in a period mode of operation, it is given in period mode of operation. So if you check in the period mode of operation, scale of measurement, scale of measurement is equal to 10 nanosecond. Okay, it is given. So therefore time period of signal, time period of signal is equal to ts. Okay, so therefore we can write which is equal to t into 10 to the power 8 into 10 to the power minus 8 second. Okay, so it is equal to t into 10 to the power 8, okay, into 10 nanosecond, right? So therefore on a scale of 10 nanosecond, so on a scale of 10 nanosecond, okay, so we can write period of the unknown signal, period of unknown signal shown, right, is equal to t into 10 to the power 8. Consider it as a third equation. Okay, so therefore you can write, if you check from second and third, okay, so we can write from 2 and 3. Okay, we can write f is equal to t into 10 to the power 8. Okay, so therefore f is equal to t is 1 by f into 10 to the power 8. Okay, so therefore f square, we can write f square is equal to 10 to the power 8. So therefore f is equal to 10 to the power 4. Okay, so frequency is equal to 10 kilohertz or 10,000 hertz, right? So if you check here, the correct answer will be 10,000 hertz. Okay, so friend, this is about the previous year gate question number 47. Previous year gate question number 48. Let us read the question. A 4.5 digit digital multimeter has the error specification as 0.2% of reading plus 10 counts. If a DC voltage of 100 volt is read on its 200 volt full scale, the maximum error that can be expressed in the reading is, and they have given the 4 options. We already discussed this type of questions. Okay, so we know error is equal to, yes, it is a 0.2%, so it is a 0.2 divided by 100 of reading they have given. Okay, so what is the reading? It is 100. Okay, plus 10 counts, so it is a 10 into, yes, we can write it as a 10 counts. Okay, so each count will be 0.001. Okay, so here we need to find the resolution actually. Okay, 10 into resolution or corresponding to each pulse, what will be the output, that is the minimum change. So it is really, this will be 0.2 plus 10 into 0.001, 0.01, so it is equal to 0.1. so if you check, it is equal to 0.3 volt. So therefore we can write percent error is equal to plus minus 0.3 divided by 100 into 100, so it is equal to plus minus 0.3%. Okay, so if you check the options, correct option is option C, right? Are you getting the point? Are you getting this, how we have calculated this one? Yes, this is like your resolution. Okay, we are having the 4.5 digit, so it is like 4 full digits and one half digit. Okay, so likewise. So friends, this is about the previous year gate question number 48. Previous year gate question number 49. Let us read the question. The figure shows input attenuator of a multimeter. The meter reads full scale with a 12 volt at M. Okay, so here Vm is given, it is a 12 volt. With the range switch at position B, means this, when this range switch is at position B. Okay, obtain the full scale deflection with the range switch at position D, right? So first thing is, and they have given the 4 options. Okay, so here first thing is, we can write the total resistance R is equal to addition of all these resistors. Okay, so it is a 2 into 10 to the power 6 plus 6 mega ohm, that is 6 into 10 to the power 6, plus 1.2 into 10 to the power 6, plus 600k, 600 into 10 to the power 3, plus 120k, so it is a 120 into 10 to the power 3, plus 60k, 60 into 10 to the power 3, and plus 20k, so it is a 20 into 10 to the power 3. So if you check, this total addition is equal to 10 into 10 to the power 6 ohm. Okay, this is the resistance R we are having, right? Now it is given that when switch is at position B. Okay, so when switch is at position B, right? Switch at B. Okay, then we can write Vm is given, it is equal to 12 volt. Okay, so therefore Vfs, that is a full scale voltage, which is equal to Vm, that is the voltage at the point M, into, it is like a voltage division rule, it is a 2 mega ohm divided by 10 mega ohm, right? Because if you check till point B, the total resistance is 2 mega ohm. Okay, so it is equal to 12 into 0.2, so if you check, it is equal to 2.4 volt, 2.4 volt. This is the Vfs. Okay, Vfs, right? Next we can find switch at D, when switch is at point D. Okay, position D. So we can write Vfs, it is 2.4 volt, it is already we have written. Okay, so therefore we can write Vfs is equal to, again by using the voltage division rule, we can write Vfs is equal to Vm into 200 kilo ohm. Okay, till B, whatever the resistance we are having till D. Okay, so addition of these three, it is a 200k divided by 10 mega ohm. So if we simplify it, replace Vm with Vfs with 2.4, Vm we need to find in order to give full scale deflection. What is the Vm? Okay, into 200k divided by 10 mega ohm. Okay, so if we simplify it, we will be getting Vm is equal to 120 volt. Okay, means if we keep Vm is equal to 120 volt, then we can get the full scale deflection of 2.4 volt when the range switch is connected to the position D, right? So friends, this is about the previous year gate question number 49. Previous year gate question number 50. Let us read the question. In the bridge circuit shown, the capacitors are loss free. At balance, the value of capacitance C1 in microfarad is. Okay, our task is to find the value of C1. Here we are having the bridge. Okay, so we can write at bridge balance. So if you check at bridge balance, we can write 35k. So it is 35 into 10 to the power 3 into impedance of this 0.1 microfarad capacitor. So it is a 1 upon j into omega into 0.1 into 10 to the power minus 6, right, is equal to 105k, 105 into 10 to the power 3 into C1. Yes, but C1 can be replaced with 1 upon j omega C1. Okay, so now if we simplify it, yes, j omega here and j omega here, it will get cancelled out. Okay, so from this we can directly find the value of C1. Okay, so here we can write C1 is equal to 105 into 10 to the power 3 into 0.1 into 10 to the power minus 6 divided by 35 into 10 to the power 3. Okay, again, right? So this term I have shifted here, this term will be divided and this C1 will come here. Okay, so 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 3 will get cancelled out. So if you check, it is equal to 105 into 0.1 divided by 35, 0.3 into 10 to the power minus 6. So it is equal to 0.3 microfarad, right? 0.3 microfarad. This is the C1, right? So final answer is 0.3. Okay, this is very simple question. So friend, this is about the previous year gate question number 50.